It's time to cook with the quarantine. Hi guys, today we're making pork tenderloin with apples and onions. So the first step is to take some paper towel and pat this dry. After I pat it dry, I'm going to add some salt and pepper to both sides. I'm going to pat this in, flip, and do the same. The next step is to heat some canola oil in my pan. While I'm waiting on the pan to heat up, I'm going to chop my onion. I should only need about half. I'm also going to go ahead and chop my apple. Now that my pan is hot, I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to sear on each side for about 1.5, maybe 2 minutes. To my hot skillet, I'm going to add a little more canola oil. To my hot oil, I'm going to add the onions, apples, and I'm going to add my garlic. I'm going to stir these around and cook for a few minutes. Now that my onions have started to soften, I'm going to add the cider. The recipe calls for hard cider, but I'm choosing to use apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to add this in and let it come to a simmer. All right, now I'm going to add my pork back to my pan, and I'm going to scoop some of the sauce over the pork. The next step is to transfer this entire pan into the oven. Couldn't decide what salad dressing I wanted, so I decided to use 2 different ones, like Tabitha Brown says, because that's my business. All right, time to check and see if it's finished. Alright, so I don't want to overcook this, but I still see red juices flowing, so I'm going to stick it back in the oven for the second time for another 5 minutes, and let's hope I don't overcook it. Alright, so after being put back in for an additional 10 minutes, I'm now thinking that it's finished, so I'm going to lay it on my cutting board to rest. Alright, so the final step here is to cut this. So it's time to give this a taste. Cut a piece off. First bite, I'm only going to do the meat and the onion. Actually, I'm not even going to do the onion. It's pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of pork cooked like this. Like, I like pulled pork, I like ribs, but like pork tenderloin, I'm not a huge fan. I don't know if you guys remember, but I bought this accidentally. I was actually looking for beef, and for whatever reason, my mind just wasn't right while I was in the store. So I ended up buying pork, and of course, I'm not going to throw it away or just leave it in the freezer. So that's why I ended up cooking it. So it's not bad. But it's pork, and I'm not a big fan of pork. So I'm going to finish eating it, though, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Finish eating it. I've decided that instead of having this tomorrow as it is for lunch, I'm going to shred it so I can have tacos. I feel like I'm on X-Men or something. Let's see if this works for this type of meat. They did work. So now I'm going to chop it up just a little bit smaller and put some barbecue sauce on it. And this will be my lunch for tomorrow and possibly dinner.